Hello and good evening, everyone. Sorry I am late. Today has been a busy day outside of the office, but I am committed to coming here live every day for the next 2 weeks. So I am showing up as I promised. Let me make sure that my video is live and I can hear myself. Okay, I am late. Today has been a busy day. Awesome. I'm going to make the announcement. So I am here live in the group. Take off these glasses. How is everybody doing today? It is Thursday, what I like to call Friday Eve, and I am very excited to be here with you. So today we're going to be talking about a few different ways that you can name your planner. So I'm going to be sharing with you some ideas and different things like that. If you have a pen, you probably want to grab a pen and a paper real quick so that you can take notes and write these things down. For those of you that may be joining us for the first time tonight, my name is Lakeisha Sarba. I'm an email marketing and sales funnel strategist. I'm also a Canvas certified creative. And this is my amazing pop-up experience for planners. Over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be sharing all different types of ideas with you on how you can create, design, and build your own 2020 planner. And if you are looking to, I see quite a few of you are looking to sell your planners, which is great. I'm all about, having more than one stream of income. If you're creating it for gifts for other people, that's so great and thoughtful of you. Or if you're doing it for yourself, the same thing, not a problem. Either way, you'll be able to learn some amazing things here in the group that you're going to be able to take back and then really take action so that you can then create your 2020 planners, okay? If you are new to me tonight, please drop your name down in the chat and let me know that you're new so that I can give you a shout out. I love getting to know new people. Another thing is if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and post them. What I'll probably do is look at the questions after I've gone through all the different ways that you can name your planner. All right, so I'm going to kind of just go through that because, again, I want to keep this series really short to 30 minutes. I'm not really trying to go any longer than that. We really shouldn't have to. All right, so who do we have with us here tonight? I have Catherine. What's up, Catherine? Thanks for joining. Hey, Angela. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Misty. Thanks for coming back again tonight. Misty, are you planning on creating your own planner? Hi, Marcia. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right in and get things started. Sorry, I still have on my little business attire. This is a little swing dress that I had on earlier today. I was here at a local event in Houston. A business colleague of mine, her child got sick, and so she needed me to step in to help with some workshop stuff, and so that's where I've been all day. So I'm really sorry that I'm a little bit late for that, but that's where I've been. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump in. Do you guys have your pen and paper? If you have your pen and paper ready, say yes down in the chat, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. Last night we discussed, I'm going to do a little recap. We talked all about the reason, the purpose behind your planner. So I gave you some insight on how to create a planner with purpose. If you did not see that video, it is still here in the group. You can locate that somewhere down below. And tonight we're talking about how to name your planner, your 2020 planner. All right, so the very first way that you can name your planner, and I'm looking down here at my notes that I took, is that you can name your planner simply after yourself. Easy enough, right? People do it. I know one of the most famous planners out there that's named after a person is Erin Condren. So if you are someone that's really looking to get into the planner industry and maybe that's just going to be your thing, or maybe also you may be a business coach or doing something else in the industry, and you just still want to have your planner named after you, I say go for it if that's what you want to do. One thing that I would recommend, though, is if your name is hard to spell, think about that. That may be a factor in people searching for your planner. If you have a common name, like a common name like Tanya Smith or something like that, you may want to check to see if that URL is available, because if it's taken, then you may have to make a spin or do some type of spin on your name if you have more of a common name. What I would say that you want to be really careful with is trying to be you know how people like to put a spin on their name. So I wouldn't say don't do that. If you were going to name your planner after yourself, then make sure that you're spelling it the way that your name is spelled, how people find you on social media or via the internet, so that it comes up easy when people are searching for you. I would not recommend trying to do any cute or quick little variations of your name, okay? And that's number one. So you can name your planner after yourself. There are some pros and cons to that. When people are searching for you, yes, if you decide to have like a whole landing page for your planner, then yes, that planner is going to come up so people can search it right there. So you kind of win in the whole SEO of things, because all people have to do is search for your name in order to find your planner. Now, one thing that may not be such a good thing is that it doesn't really tell what your planner does or what your planner is really about, unless you're like an influencer in the industry and people already know you and you already have a huge following. Then I say that it's a really good idea to go ahead and name your planner after yourself. If you're not, if you're just getting started and you're naming your planner after yourself, people may not really understand what the planner is about or what it's for, you know, so maybe weigh the pros and cons to that and then decide how you want to move, how you would like to move forward in regards to if you decide to name your planner after yourself. Okay. All right, so number two is you can name your planner after your business. It's been done. A very famous planner, that the very first planner that I started using was a, what is the name of it? I'll make sure I'm pronouncing it right, is a, the Covey planners, the Franklin Covey, is that, am I saying that right? The Franklin Covey planner. So that's really named after like the corporation, the business. And so if you have a business name, for instance, the name of my business is called Savvy Simple Marketing. So I could totally create a planner and name my planner the Savvy Simple Marketing Planner. And it can be all about planning or all about marketing so that people can actually market or plan out their launches and social media and stuff like that right inside of that planner, right? So that works well for my business name. So think about if your business name, if that's something that will work, you know, for your planner. If not, again, you know, think about weighing the pros and cons, you know, in regards to that. Again, if you're somebody that is, you know, well known, or you have a business, or you have a really like a large following already, and people typically know what you do and how you help people, then maybe it's a great thing to use your business or your company name for your planner. If not, then maybe you want to consider some other ideas. And I have quite a few to share with you today. All right, and so number three is you can name it after who you're actually creating the planner for. So for instance, if your planner, if you're creating it for women entrepreneurs, then you can call it the Boss Lady Planner, or the, you know, Female Entrepreneur Planner. That kind of sounds kind of whack, but you get where I'm going with that, right? A really well-known planner online that is for women is called She Plans. And so that is the title of a planner, and you can see how she took the spin on it because she created the planner for women. And so instead of coming up with something, you know, it was really super easy for her just to say She Plans, right? I think it's a really catchy name and it's cute. So you can see how that works for her. So think in terms of that. If you're creating a planner for women or for moms, you can say, you know, like the Stay-at-Home Mom Planner, or the Busy Mom Planner, or something like that, or, you know, Moms Who Plan Planner, or something like that. Like, you come up with something catchy, right? So think of in terms of who you're creating your planner for. You can name it after the people that you're creating the planner for, right? So that is number three. Number four, you can name it after your group or your tribe, okay? So if you have a group on Facebook, let's see, think of a really popular group. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but if you have a well-known group on Facebook, or if you're growing your group to be a well-known group and you're going to be sticking with that for a while, like your tribe's name and all that stuff, then you can consider creating a planner and name it after your tribe. Name it after the people that that follow you, right? And so that could be like the Savvy Tribe, or the Chic, you know, the Chic Planner, or something like that, right? So you can name it after the tribe of people who actually follow you, if you get where I'm going with that. And then number five, you can name your planner after your purpose. Now, we spoke a lot about the purpose of your planner yesterday, so I'm sure you have a really good idea already about the purpose of your planner today. And so if you wanted to actually name your planner the purpose of your planner. So for instance, if the purpose of your planner, I think somebody mentioned here like a spiritual planner, then maybe you can name it like the faith planner or something like that. Or I know LaShayla works with brides, so maybe you can name it something like, you know, like the bride's planner, or the, you know, a bride's financial planner, or a bride, something to do with brides, if you get what I'm saying. So it's kind of like who it's for, but also the purpose of the planner too. So you can kind of spin it both ways, if you get what I'm saying. So you can kind of combine the two with that. So another one that I can think of off the top of my head here is like a fitness planner, right? So the purpose of the planner is to help people get fit. You can call it Get Fit Planner, right? Or Get Fit for Ladies Planner, or Get Fit Babes Planner, or something like that. And a really good example of that planner is the Push Planner by Chalene Johnson. She is like a fitness person online. She's really big on Instagram, and she created a planner, and it's just called the Push Planner, and it's about like pushing yourself. And I think it really started with like working out, but then she kind of switched it up, so it's kind of like pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone and things like that. So that's the way that you can actually use it in terms of like your planner's purpose. Okay. All right. And so then we have, you can actually name your planner after the results that you're promising to give people if they should purchase your planner. So that would be something like, if your planner, if you're promising for people to lose weight by using your planner, or to get healthier by using your planner, or to become more organized or more focused, right? Whatever you're promising, you know, to deliver by people using the planner, then you can use that as the name. So you can use it, you can say like the Focus Planner, or the Goal Planner, or anything like whatever your promise is to help people reach that end goal. Okay, so that's something that you can do. You can actually name it after the actual result that you're helping people to get. So it can be like a weight loss planner. You can actually put it, you know, you can mix a couple of these together. Like we mentioned, you can name your planner after who the person is who you're creating the planner for. So it could be like Boss Ladies Weight Loss Planner, right? Or Stay at Home Mom's Weight Loss Planner, right? So who you're creating it for, and then the purpose of the planner. So you can actually combine two of these type of things in order to come up with your planner name. Okay, and then last but not least, you can name your planner after simply what it is, right? So if your planner is going to be a 90-day planner, then you can name your planner the 90-day planner. Just really simple. Or you can name your planner, you know, the daily planner, or the, you know, the weekly planner, the monthly planner. You can just simply name your planner after what it is. Of course, by combining a couple of different things in there, right? So maybe the weekly meal prep planner. You get where I'm going with that? So it's like what it is, it's a weekly planner, but then what exactly is it doing? It's like helping people with meal prep. So you see how you can kind of combine the names together to actually create your name, right? You can combine a lot of the different things that I just mentioned here off the list to create the actual name of your planner, right? So now that you have an idea on some different ways on how you can name your planner, let's talk about why your planner name is so important. Your planner name is super important because that is what people are going to be searching for to find you, and that's what you're going to really be using to market your planner name. So I would definitely advise against naming it something like a planner that somebody else already created. For instance, the 90-day X Goal Planner. I really wouldn't recommend naming your planner the 90-day planner unless you maybe put something else in there, because the 90-day X Planner is already so popular with that name that people could possibly get confused, you know, confuse your planner with the actual 90-day X Planner. So that's that goes with just doing some research. Once you do decide on the name, you know, that you want to name your planner, then you want to do your due diligence. You want to make sure that that name doesn't belong to anyone else. And the best way to do that is to start with a Google search. You can Google search your planner name to see what comes up. And then you can go to GoDaddy to search to see if the URL is available. If it is, that's great. The next thing that you want to do is you want to go to the trademark website, and you want to make sure that someone hasn't already trademarked the name that you're wanting to use. Now, this is very important because sometimes people will have a trademark on a name, but they have not purchased the URL yet. Some people just go around trademarking business names, you know, because that's the idea that they come up with, and maybe they decide to use it in a few years. So it's always a great idea to make sure that you cover yourself, cover your butt, so that you do not get yourself in trouble. I'll give you a little story about what happened to me. I was in the process of creating like a podcast, or it was like a series of like videos. And what I wanted to call it was Ladies Who Launch. Well, there was already an association with Ladies Who Launch some years and years and years ago, and I knew about it, but the name just kept coming back in my spirit. So I hadn't seen them around. I checked on the website. I hadn't really seen much from them. And it was like the website hadn't been updated in like years and stuff like that. So I said, you know, I think I'm going to do this. So I went and I purchased the URL, was available, and some other things. And then when I went to the trademark, they still have their trademark. So even though they weren't actively using the name in their business, the name was already trademarked. So I had to go in and I had to change everything to something totally different because that name was already taken. So you have to be really careful to make sure that you do your homework. So in case somebody else has the name, you don't get yourself in trouble for that, okay? And you also want to make it so that your name is easy for people to remember. You don't want it to be something so difficult. Try to stay away from really heavy words that people can't spell, you know, like ridiculous. I wouldn't name my journal trigonometry, or, you know what I'm saying, like something like out of the way like that. Like think of something really super simple that people can remember. And if you want to make it catchy, catchy is always fun, by the way, okay? All right, so I'm going to go down and see if you guys have any questions at all in regards to what we just spoke about. Misty says, I'm thinking about it. You have opened my mind to it. Misty, you're going to love it. Are you a planner person, Misty? I've been working and using planners for probably when I started like really heavy in upper management, like executive level management in corporate America. They train you, you know, to become better organized. And so I had landed this amazing position as director of training and development in the insurance industry. And they sent me through all of these different workshops, even though I had already been in a managed position prior to being promoted to a director's position. They take you and they put you through all of these different trainings. And one of them was important for me to learn how to like not only plan out my day, but plan out curriculum for the company, because my team was going to be training people. So I had to learn about how to plan out curriculum, how to create curriculum. So I went to this like really aggressive training for like over a 6-month period before I was even able to like work in my job. And that's how I learned all about planning and really fell in love with that. And so that now has been over 20 years ago, guys. And so it's still stuck with me, the whole planning piece. And I still really love the whole planning. But Misty, if you are a natural planner and you already are using planners, creating your own planner is just going to be so amazing. And I can imagine with you being in PR, you're super busy. So yeah, being able to create your own planner and putting in the things that you want to have in there is what's going to really make like everything just kind of really gel and work for you. Sonia says, hello, yes. Hi, Sai, thanks for joining us today. I'm glad to see you're here. Hi, hi, Shanda. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Rachel. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hi, Barbara. How are you? All right, so Shanda says, yes, I named mine after after the women I serve. The title of the group is called Grown Girls Society. So I named the planner the Grown Girls Planner and Journal. That is so super perfect. You see how she was able to do that? She named it right after her tribe or her group. That's really cool. So Shanda says, how can you do a trademark check? I'll put a link here. I'll have to search it, but it's a link and you can easily just search it. But I'll put the link here when we're done so that you ladies will know how to go in and search to see if what you're trying to create, if the name is actually available. All right, and so Marcia says, this is for both digital and physical planners, correct? Yes, this is for any type of planner. It can be for a digital planner or a physical planner or anything really. I mean, even when you think about any type of title, so if you want to name like your ebook, so say for instance, if you're creating an ebook or you're creating a physical book, you know, whenever you're thinking about creating a title, then you always want to make sure that you're marrying or merging different things that is really going to appeal to the people that you're creating it for, right? So you can think in terms of that. I took a little class here online about titles, about book titles, and it was about book titles, I think, and blog titles. And so they had some really clever ways with coming up with different blog titles and book titles. And so I just kind of use that and marry that along with the planners too, like whenever you're going in the plan, because a planner is pretty much a book, right? So if you have to go through the same things as if you decide that you want to publish your planner and you want to sell it on Amazon. We're not going to go into too much of that today, but you have to have that IBN number. I hope I'm saying it right. You have to have that in order to sell on Amazon. If you want to get your planners into Barnes and Noble or Target or any of those like retail stores, it's too late to do that for 2020. But if you want to do that, if you want to go ahead and create your planner, do that, start selling it for 2020, and then start preparing for 2021. The top of 2020 is when it's like prime time for you to start pitching your planner, your 2020 planner, to like those retail stores. And in those retail stores, you have to have that IBN number as well. So again, a planner is just like a book. The same way that you would kind of name a title to a book is how you would actually name your planner. Hi, Maisha, thanks for joining. So what type of covers do you recommend? I like to have the kind that don't bend or tear. That's a really great question. I'm gonna go into, I'm gonna do a video maybe Saturday, and I'm gonna share the different planners that are out there right now, and I'm gonna show you the different bindings, because there's different bindings for your planners, and then there's like these rings here that you can get if you want to get your planner printed out, and then you have like the bound planner, like my 90-day goal planner like this. You can have yours like this too, or they have like the Happy Planner planning system that has like the disc bound planner. So you have to just really decide, like what people are going to be using your planner for, and then decide, of course, on your budget, on how much money you want to spend on that, and then you can then go into deciding, how you want to pay for the aesthetics and the covers and stuff like that. We're not going to go into too much detail about that today, but I do have a video coming up to kind of go through the different planner covers, and the sheet, the paper weight is also important. If you're going to be printing your planner, you have to understand about the paper weight, because some people write hard on their paper. Some people like to use markers in their planner, so you don't want to use cheaper, flimsy paper. So we'll also talk about paper weight. I have some really good stuff for you guys, some really, really good stuff, and even some information about how to publish on Amazon and how to get that. That's it. Yes, that's right. That ISBN number, how to get that number. So I do have some really good stuff. So if you just stick out with me, hang out with me for like the next 2 weeks, and then every evening I'll be coming here just providing information. If you can't come live, it's not a problem. I don't mind. You can watch the replay. It will be available here in the group. Okay? Thank you so much for correcting me with that, Marsha. I do appreciate that. All right, so is there do you guys have any questions at all for me? Because that's really all I had for you, was just to cover how you can name your planner. So I'm going to run back through those one more time and just do a really quick recap. So you can name your planner after yourself. If you want to do that, Erin Condren did it, and she has a really famous planner. It's really well known on and offline. You can name your planner after your business. If you have a business like Franklin Covey, you can do that. If you can name your planner after your group or your tribe, similar to what Shanda did. So if you have a following, you already have a group set up here on Facebook, you can actually name your planner after that if you want to do that. You can name your planner after who you're creating your planner for. So if you're creating your planner for women, then maybe you can go with like she, her, you know, women, boss ladies, you know, whatever other phrases we use for women, you can do that. Or teachers, moms, right, parents, stuff like that. You can name it after the purpose of your planner. So what is the purpose of your planner? Kind of go back to that, like we talked about yesterday, and then maybe decide to put your purpose as the title of your planner, or, you know, the name of your planner. And then also you can use the results that you're promising to give people in your planner. That's another way you can kind of fit that result in there. Again, if it's about like focus or goal, or, you know, whatever it is that you're promising to give people by them using your planner, then you can also put that in your title or use that as well. And then last but not least, you can just call your planner exactly what it is. If it's a 90-day planner, then call it 90-day planner. You know, you may want to add a little bit more to it, but you can use that 90-day planner, the daily, you know, a daily planner, weekly planner, or what it is, a meal planner, a fitness planner, right? So just, you have to kind of decide, you know, how you want to name it. And then of course you can mix up a few variations of the options that I just gave you to create the name or title of your planner that way. So it doesn't have to be one of these, it can be a mixture of a few of these in order to come up with the name of your planner. Okay, so I hope that that was helpful. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to let me know. Sai says, any advice about fonts to use for the covers? That's a great question. I am going to be discussing fonts, and I didn't mean to laugh there, I'm sorry. I will be discussing different font sizes and things like that that you can use, especially if you're going to be printing your planners or other people will be printing them out, then font is going to be important. I'll be discussing that when we talk about the paperweight. Are my questions too early? It's okay, you can ask your questions, and if I don't have the answers to them, or if I'm not ready to give you the answer, then I'll let you know that it's coming up in the next video. So questions are good. Ask me any questions that you like, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you go for the evening. Thank you so much for joining me here. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to post them below, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks for joining. Ciao for now.